Mark Consuelos is commenting on his own nude body here in the Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Well, if anybody can do it,
it's not going to be ugly.
Listen to what Consuelo said. He watches that show, Naked Attraction. This is the hottest thing on Max that used to be HBO Max, and this is the good story. He's watched it now, and Consuelo says, after I see that, I feel terrific about my body because they show you naked. They show... If you don't know that show, it's a dating show where you see the person completely naked and pick your partner based on his or her genitals. And they start showing you from the feet up. Dave, your calves would win right off the bat. I bet they'd stop the show and the woman would say, I want that guy because of his calves.
Yeah, but all you'd see is shin because they don't give you a 360.
Yeah. Well, they do rotate. They do.
They do.
Myrtle Beach Doug showed me some butts.
Yeah, so you turn around, they see your calves, and you'd be chosen immediately.
I would hope, but when they get to your gents, that's when they have to pick yes or no, right?
Yeah.
If they want to date
do you
you or
get to
not.
see like up to chest?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I need to watch that show.
I do too.
Consuelo says, I feel a lot better about my penis after seeing others' penises on that show.
Do you think he's ever felt insecure?
He shouldn't.
He's so good looking.
I mean, maybe when he was like 10 or 11, he might have been a smaller kid in his class, but who knows?
Once you get, by the time he was dating, he probably has always felt very, very good about himself.
Yeah, I'll bet.
You know, when you have that kind of look, he's probably better looking than 99.5% of people on this earth.
Absolutely.
It's like a Rob Lowe, Tom Cruise, Mark Consuelo. You know, you're just like,
Yeah, we got Consuelo's crush in here.
oh, God.
Yeah.
That's without a doubt.
Big fans.
And he and Kelly
on
Ripa,
this side of the table.
Sure.
On this side of the table, we're big fans.
He and Kelly Ripa watch Naked Attraction a lot. And
I figured she would.
Ripa has said to him, your penis really measures up. Good news.
After 25 years of marriage.
It's good news. Yes. She said, boy, your peen really does well. More good stories here today in the Good, the Bad, the Ugly. An Idaho mother said she needed money, and she's really found it. Her name is Brinny Eddy. She started selling soaps and creams made from her own breast milk after she and her husband realized this was a possibility. She had pumped so much and stored it in a freezer, she had extra, and they figured out a way to make soaps out of it. And she said, I've got a whole product here, skincare design, based on my own breast milk.
You can't sell that.
She's been selling it online, and apparently it has worked very well for her. She says that the awesome thing about breast milk soap is you can use it that is expired in your freezer. You no longer feed the baby, but skincare, it's very soft and smooth. It makes your skin very soft and smooth. So she uses it. She calls it Mama's Magic Milk.
Oh.
She started this a year ago and sells it online and says she has seen a huge increase in sales. Women's beauty products, soaps, lotions, diaper cream. And she says the diaper cream even helps soothe the baby's bottom, and it's all made from her own breast milk because she pumped so much.
Just the thought of it.
She had a gusher, I guess. You know,
Yeah. Above the waist.
She was gushing.
Can you do that? But today's point, can you just sell bodily fluids?
I don't care what form it's in.
You know, I watched Shark Tank, as you know, and one of the first products I ever saw on there was powdered breast milk, and they had made it from the breast milk of actual women, and they powdered it so that other women who couldn't produce breast milk or whatever would buy it. And so they did, but in powdered form, and they had their own company and everything.
Well, I know women do sell breast milk to so that children can use it.
Correct.
I get that, but that's a little different. That's fresh, and that's being
For
kept
the intended purpose.
For the intended purpose, but to rub it all over your body after it's come out of the freezer and soured.
Now, a doctor says that breast milk, it is not soured. Once you freeze it, it doesn't go bad. And the doctor says breast milk is high in fats and therefore perfect for a creamy soap. And it is soothing for skin conditions like eczema. And they're saying that this breast milk product she has, like for a diaper cream or for eczema, has really worked. I can't imagine buying that. I have eczema.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine.
Where is it?
Smearing that on me.
Honey, hand me the breast milk soap.
I've had eczema on my inner.
It comes in the weird places.
I get it right there on my elbow, inner elbow, and on the side of my leg for my whole life. My right leg, I have eczema.
Yeah, you got to lotion up every time you get out of the shower.
You really do. Each soap requires 5 to 6 ounces of breast milk, and she charges $30 for 6 bars online. And
does it come in bar form, or do the bars look like boobs?
All bars.
Now that's the way to do it.
That's what I'd do.
She's considering
Good. If you want to move products,
making a boob bar.
Yeah, and different size of bars. Like the small one's an A.
there's your A.
There's a B size. The D's the biggest.
She says she's had real success with it. The other good story, this is a great story. You're going to remember this guy, a gentleman from South Carolina, went viral last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. A plane had gone missing. Remember, the pilot had to bail out of the plane, and the plane crashed somewhere. Jet crashed somewhere else. And this gentleman described what the jet was like going over his home without a pilot.
I was in the bathroom taking a shave, and I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. I said, what in the world is this? And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook. Must what's a meteorite coming out of space or something? And I said, well, if the airplane, it needed to be reported. That thing was flying just too low.
Okay.
He's right.
You remember him, of course. Well, now, when he went viral with that sound, somebody looked him up, and they found that he had outstanding money that was due to him. You know, he wound up getting, I believe it was $700 that came to him. Because
the state of South Carolina owes him.
You know, sometimes they say you have outstanding money that will come to you. So he says, I mean, it's just unbelievable. I keep getting.
Thank you. Thank you. Like I say, I'm not rich. I got food, shelter, and clothing. But I will accept it. Thank you very much.
That's pretty nice.
Nice guy.
Wound up
He's got
getting
a great attitude.
And now, because he's gone viral, people want selfies with him and autographs, and he's even had to hire an agent.
My wife is my agent, and she said all the selfies gotta have to be $5 a piece, and the T-shirt's $20. And I guess you can put a price on the autograph too. I don't know, but she is my boss and she is my agent. So if I want to have some peace of mind in my house, I got to go what the boss say.
How can you not listen to this?
I love him.
How can you not love this
Those
guy?
by the way, those interviews are like a month apart. He sounds the same all the time.
That's how he talks.
Oh, yeah. That's just the way he is, and life is good.
Life has been great before this happened, but it's better now.
He's loving it.
What can you ask for? What more can you ask for?
He's got it all.
Yeah,
Food,
all
shelter,
because-
clothing.
Exactly. All because he saw that plane.
How old is he?
Described 72. And got his $700 coming.
Doing all right.
Yeah, doing very, very well. Entertainment news turns into a bad story. The Saturday Night Live is coming back on October 14th, and folks are telling stories now about Saturday Night Live. We had a former guest on this program, Jay Moore. Remember him? Great,
Love Jay Moore.
funny guy. He was on Saturday Night Live from 1993 to 95, and he's telling a story now as he's doing a little publicity. He's on a podcast, so it may not be true. Chris Demm says anything on a podcast is not true.
Dismiss out of hand.
See if you believe this now. Don't dismiss it yet. He says that when he was on Saturday Night Live, and he was only on for 2 years, 93 to 95, Dave Attell, who's a comedian, also wrote for the show. And they were friends with Chris Farley, who passed away, 98, 97, something like that. Chris Farley was that big guy who did the famous sketch, you know.
Yeah.
Well, he says one day Jay Moore and Dave Attell dared Farley to take a dump outside of a window at 30 Rock. They were about, several floors up. And he's like, take a dump and it'll drop onto the street. So he said, I won't do that. Chris Farley said, I won't do that. And they said, what about for $100? And he said, okay, I'll do it for $100.
He reached for his belt.
For $100. So what happened was, apparently, Chris Farley stuck his backside out of a window at 30 Rock and was trying to produce. And Jay Moore said he turned purple. He was straining so hard, but nothing happened. And Jay says that what happened was like a little milk dud came out and fell back into the room. And he picked it up and started throwing it at the other two. Is that disgusting or
yes.
what? Apparently, cops thought he was a jumper. Somebody spotted him and thought he was jumping out. So cops came to 30 Rock while they were rehearsing for the show, and they had to they had to fill out a police report. Said, no,
It's just Farley.
we dared him. We paid him $100.
It's okay. He was just taking a dump out the window.
Don't worry.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's all right. They're like, is that Farley messing her? Yeah.
Oh, Farley.
Just Farley sticking his butt out the window. God, that's your bad story. Here's your ugly one. Now, this is, you'd never think you would see people doing this. We talked about a moment ago Mark Consuelos, classic good-looking guy. in every way. I mean, just a great-looking guy. And he has that chiseled jawline, which guys really want. Well, now, the latest trend on TikTok, and one doctor is saying this has to have been done as a joke, but he wanted to go on and send this message to young people who are doing this. Someone has been convinced that to get a chiseled jawline, you need to take a hammer and start breaking the bones of your jaw. No. Apparently, the dangerous trend on TikTok started because someone has said that if you break the bones in your jaw, they will fuse back together and give you that chiseled jawline. TikTok Doc says that is not the case.
I honestly never thought I'd have to come on here and say this, but please don't intentionally break the bones in your face. Remember, if you displace those bones and then they have to heal on their own, you can end up with something like this. It's called malunion, where now the bones are not healed properly and you can end up disfigured. Mewing or covering your mouth with tape or breaking your bones is not going to give you a jawline like this.
Okay, a lot of people have been doing all of those things.
Some people in your home.
My wife, Muse, covers her mouth with tape to help herself sleep better. And that's another TikTok thing. Mm-hmm. But this is breaking, literally taking a hammer. I saw a video of a guy, doing that.
No.
Like just a hammer from your toolbox.
Hammer from your toolbox. He had a ball-peen hammer, and he was smashing the side of his jaw with the hammer. Now, he didn't do it to the point of breaking his jaw, but he was showing, here's how you do this. Apparently, the hashtag bone smashing has 262 million views on TikTok. And some are doing that to try to create a chiseled jawline. Now, who would really do
Somebody
that?
really dumb.
I mean, my God.
Yeah, you have to be an idiot.
To do something like that. And that guy you just heard is a plastic surgeon from San Francisco and said, we can help you with a chiseled jawline, but you can't do that. Yeah. That's going to grow back wrong and cause you all sorts of pain.
Stop eating so much pizza.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you want the chiseled jaw, you got to quit eating.
That's a problem. Yeah. That's the issue right there. That's right. Well, that's what he says is like, you can get that.
There's nothing you can do as we age, of course. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've all seen it in our own families. Mm-hmm. But as you age, the skin loses its elasticity and starts to sag.
Jowly.
It gets jowly.
Mm-hmm. Is that when you start doing the fillers and the Botox and that kind of thing? Is that what that?
It may be too late at that point.
That's more for wrinkles too.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do about that?
I don't think there's anything you can do once your skin starts to sag. Unless you literally cut it off. That's a facelift.
Right. That's
a
facelift, yeah.
That's
a tightening.
The tightening, you can't blink.
Don't hammer your jaw.
No, go ahead and do it.
That's what Chris
care.
Go ahead and do it. Chris Tips says,
if you really feel the inclination to do it, do it.
Go ahead.
They should give you half price on a hammer at Lowe's.
If you're going to hammer your jaw.
If you promise to break your jaw in the store.
You looking for a claw hammer or a ball peen?
Yeah. If you do it in the store, we'll give you half off. Gee.
Or a rubber mallet. Would that do the job?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think you have to really
hard enough.
You need steel?
I don't know about that.